Hello everyone, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm excited because we have a kind of extra TBR Cafe video. We're doing a kind of TBR Cafe Recommends or TBR Cafe Chooses Your Next Book video today, and I'm so excited. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to play the TBR Cafe for you and then recommend books based on the prompts. We are doing 5 roles, 5 prompts, and 5 recommendations. These recommendations may be from my actual TBR or they could be books I've already read. I'm not quite sure yet. So let's go ahead and get started and see what prompts the TBR Cafe is going to give all of you today. Roll number 1 is a 4. We're just going to go clockwise around. 2, 3, 4. And our first prompt is going to be a friend recommendation. Well, that works out well since I am the friend that will be recommending a book to you, so that is perfect for this video. Okay, so this first prompt couldn't have worked out more perfectly, and that is friend rec. So for this one, I am going to recommend Fable by Adrienne Young, as well as the sequel Namesake. It is a duology. It is amazing. I have talked about this book on Instagram quite a bit in stories in the past, but oh my gosh, this is amazing. It is kind of like a high seas-esque adventure. It takes place a lot on a ship. There is found family, and I'm not going to say anything else because you should just go read it. Also, the cover alone is just stunning. So, Fable by Adrienne Young for friend recommendation. Roll number 2 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, we have a cup of coffee. Your next prompt is a reread. So, a book you want to reread. I will be giving you my reread recommendations, but of course you will probably have some different ones. The next prompt is reread, and for this I'm showing off a book that I personally want to reread, and that is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I loved this book so much, and I was so annoyed that it took me as long as I did to finally pick up this book, but I read it last year and absolutely loved it. It's magical, mystical, like so much whimsy and fun and gorgeous imagery, and if the Night Circus wants to be real and come to town, I would gladly visit. So if you have not read this yet, I highly recommend, and if you've already read it, maybe think about giving it a reread. Roll number 3 is, what was that, 9. 9. We have a book, and your next prompt is set in a country you want to visit. That's a fun one, especially during like the kind of spring, summertime travel season. That one's a fun one. Next up, we have a book set in a place that you want to visit. If you've been on my channel for a little bit, you may know what book I would pick for this and what book I'm going to recommend for this, and that is The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis. Yeah. I still haven't read this book, everyone, and if you know the story on why that is pretty darn hilarious, it was on my TBR for a good chunk of last year, and I still never got to it. As much as I said I was going to, I never did. So this is the book I would personally pick for a book set in a country that I would like to visit, and that is Prague. Or Czech Republic, but this is one that I would definitely pick for that prompt. So if you have not visited the Czech Republic or Prague, then this is your recommendation. Roll number 4 is a 2. We have an ice cream cone, and your 4th prompt is non-human main characters. Okay. Alright. I have a few good recommendations for this one. Next up, we have non-human main characters. I'm stretching this prompt a bit because the Bone Goat is a main character in my heart, and so I'm recommending for this prompt The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones. If you have read this and you know of Bone Goat, you know that Bone Goat is a main character, and the character is amazing. Like, the sweetest little goat. He's a little zombie goat ever, and absolutely the best main character that is not human. So check out The Bonehouses by Emily Lloyd-Jones for non-human main characters. Roll number 5 is an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11 T, and your final prompt is royalty by title or plot. So that's always fun. We love a good like royal political intrigue kind of situation. So royalty by title or plot. Our final prompt for the TBR Cafe Recommends or TBR Cafe Chooses Your Next Read is royalty by plot or title. Now for these we're going with plot, and I'm recommending the Selection series by Kiera Cass. I read these, well, I read the first 3. There are 2 extras, but I kind of just like wish the trilogy would have just stopped here. So I just ignore those and just read these. And I read them in 2 days, and they were fun and fantastic. It's a little bit like a dystopian reality TV, like a little dystopian, a little bachelor action. They're just so good and so simple, and just they're just a fun read. And yeah, so I recommend these, and I really feel like maybe I need to give these a reread this year because it's been a minute since I read them the first time. So the Selection series by Kiera Cass for royalty by plot or title. And that is it for this little short and sweet recommendations, choose your next read with the TBR Cafe video. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I know it was probably really awkwardly similar to my first round of the TBR Cafe because I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but I think it went okay. It's more or less just choosing books for you guys instead of for myself, really is all it is, but it just feels different in a way. But I think I'm going to plan to do this every single month in the middle of the month. So there'll be 2 TBR Cafe themed videos coming each month now. I'm really excited about it. So I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these or are adding them to your TBR. Or as always, leave a coffee cup emoji down below to let me know that you are hanging out on today's video. And I will see you all in the next one. So take care and happy reading. Bye everyone.